From WWL TV, the spirit of Louisiana, this is Louisiana's news leader, Channel 4's Eyewitness Morning News.
Most people will remember the joy of getting their driver's license for the first time, and few people want to give up that freedom easily, including elderly family members. But how do you know when it's time to talk with them about giving up the driving? As an occupational therapist and driving specialist, Touro Infirmary's Judith Otto helps adult children have that conversation with mom or dad and to understand there are signs that people should look for that would indicate that maybe it's time for mom or dad or aunt or uncle or any elderly loved one to give up the driving privileges. We thank you very much, Judith Otto, for joining us this morning.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
And first of all, what do the statistics show about seniors and accidents?
According to the National Center for Statistics and Analysis, in 2008, the total percentage of people who had traffic fatalities were 15% of those were over the age of 65.
15%.
15%.
And how many people in Louisiana?
In Louisiana, in 2009, we lost 82 people over the age of 65 to traffic fatalities.
And we know that growing older is not just in and of itself an indication that you should give up your driving privileges.
Correct. Age per se is not a reason to stop driving or even to think about stop driving. What is a factor is your overall health status, your vision, your visual perceptual skills, those kind of things.
What are some warning signs?
Some of the warning signs that someone may need to consider not driving would be things like hitting curbs, unexplained dents in the vehicles, running stop signs, not being able to follow the road signs, getting lost in familiar areas. Those kind of things are all indicators.
And if you're driving too fast or too slow for
traffic. Too fast or too slow for the traffic conditions, speeding in the rain or driving. We've all seen the people driving 10 miles an hour down the road and, you know, people honk at you and you have to get out of the way or... Those are things as well.
That's an indication, and we've in the news and over the years we've seen the tragedies where a person will think that the car is in reverse when it's in drive and actually drive into a building. People trying to hit the brake and they hit the accelerator
on accident. Yes.
And so that
they've had people drive through grocery store windows, people driving into crowds because they confuse the brake and the accelerator.
So how do you have this conversation if you feel that your elderly loved one or someone that a friend has a problem? What do you say?
First of all, it's really important, if you can, to have this conversation before the need arises. It's much easier for the person to have a feeling of some kind of control in determining what they're going to do if they cannot drive any longer. What you want to also do is observe their driving skills over a period of time, because we don't want to take someone's license away just because they have a minor mishap now and then, because we've all had traffic accidents. And
we also know that people drive for necessity. And what do you say to a loved one who says, well, how am I going to get to the grocery store? How am I going to get to the doctor?
What I do is I counsel them regarding the need to have alternatives. You can ask family members to help get you to the grocery or bring you where you need to go. If you don't like relying on your family members, there's also things like Dial-A-Ride, the MITS transportation system, and that's a door-to-door service that will pick you up at your residence if you qualify. There's an application process that you have to go through, but they'll pick you up at your residence and bring you where you need to go, and the prices are reduced rate for the people who are able to use those services.
And what services do you provide at Touro?
At Touro, I'm a driver rehab specialist, and what I do is I assess a person's ability to drive, which means I look at their vision, visual perceptual skills, their cognitive skills. Can they problem solve? What happens if I put them in a new situation? If the person does well with all of that, then we actually go driving in the car and I actually observe their driving skills. Based on that information, then I make a recommendation whether I think they can continue driving how they are, or if they need maybe some extra training to compensate for some things that might have happened, provide some equipment on occasion.
Okay.
To help them look in the mirrors if they have trouble with neck mobility.
Well, Judith Otto, we're already out of time, but some good information here, and thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
And if you need any more information about when it's time to stop driving, there are some resources we want to pass along to you. The AARP Driver Safety Course at aarp.org. You can also talk to your doctor about getting a referral for a driving evaluation. And Touro Hospital has a driver assessment and rehabilitation program. And you can call this number for more information, 897-8557.